So as some of you may or may not know, Helen and I grew up in the same town. Our families living in the same postcode area, and we actually went to the same school. I know some of you might find this really hard to believe, but I'm actually 3 years older than Helen. The only time Helen and my paths crossed was when we both took part in the school play of Anything Goes. Always a sportsman at school, I joined the school play for many reasons. My love of acting and the play Anything Goes were neither of those reasons, if you know what I'm saying. So that's when Helen and I first met, and I remember thinking at the time, you know, this chick's hot like, but 3 years younger was dodgy ground, right? Our lives then moved on and new adventures began, but to be continued.
Do you, Mark, take Helen here present to be your lawful wedded wife, to be loving, loyal and faithful to her for the rest of your lives together?
I do.
And you, Helen, take Mark here present to be your lawful wedded husband, to be loving, loyal and faithful to him for the rest of your lives together?
I do.
Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In the art of marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It's remembering to say, I love you, at least once a day. It is standing together and facing the world. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding and a sense of humour. It is discovering what marriage can be at its best.
Mark and Helen, you have both made the declarations required by law and have made solemn and binding promises to each other. It therefore gives me the greatest of pleasure, Mark and Helen, to say you are now united as husband and wife. And Mark...
So we've all been to that place where we're feeling a bit alone and lost, and that was me 3.5 years ago. A bit lost and lonely, not enjoying work, fed up, same old, and then after 12 years on a night out in Doncaster with my best mate, I bumped into a girl. Helen Tate, I said. Mark Roberts, she said. And plenty of shots later, I had enough courage to ask for a number. A month or so later and lots of messages whilst overseas with work, we set up our first date, and what a first date it was. Parents here, so I'll end it there. I'd met an amazing girl, beautiful inside and out, a strong personality with her head firmly on her shoulders. With a burning desire to keep going forward and feeling empowered with Helen by my side, I remembered who I was again. It didn't take me long to figure out that fate had brought us together that night in Doncaster Town Centre. We came back into each other's lives at just the right time and circumstance. If it taught me anything, and a message I will always pass on, is that at some point in our lives, we're all waiting on a sunny day